be on to step-ups. Step-ups are fabulous. You can do them on almost any sort of platform, as long as it's stable, obviously, like this one is, so nothing that might move. Alright, so what you're going to do is we're going to do 1 foot at a time. You don't want to alternate feet, so we're going to start doing our right foot for 15 reps, and then we'll do our left foot. So right foot up, nice and firm, and you want to be pushing through your core, pushing through your abs and your glutes to get up on the box, just like that. Straight up, and then same leg straight back down, and then we'll do the right foot again. Now if you find that too easy, we can up it, we can throw some weights in there, and you can hold the weights straight down by your side as you do your step-ups for a bit of an extra challenge. Alright, so do you have any questions about that?
No, show them on weak leg first.
Yeah, do your weak leg first, absolutely. Yep, same principles apply. You're going to start with weights. Let me know how those feel, and I can go through some different ones if that's not right. Alright, get up there. Excellent. 2. Yep, very nice. And as usual, really important to maintain that posture. Keep it straight back and not be slouching over to get up, and not be using the momentum. You really want to be engaging your core and very in control of all the movements. Same when you're coming back down, you don't want to be falling off the box. And that's excellent. Fabulous job. Alright, Matt, so we've been doing so well. We're now up to our final exercise of the day. So what we're going to do here is get your heart rate as high as we can. Bike is fabulous. You're going to really feel that in your legs. So before we jump on, we're just going to set the bike up. A couple of things we can adjust. You can adjust the handles, so we'll check for you and see if that's alright. That should be fine for me. You want the seat about hip height, so I'm just going to lower that for myself. About there's good. Jump on, first thing to do is get your feet in here in the pedals. Just like that. Now you'll know if your seat's at the right height is when you start pedaling. As your foot gets to the furthest point away from you, you want a really slight bend in your knees, so you don't want your legs locking out, but almost straight legs. We've got resistance here, so we'll start you off light, warm those legs up a bit, and then I'm going to up this on you, and we'll give you a really good leg workout. Alright, any questions?
No, sounds pretty
Okay, fabulous. We'll jump here and we'll make sure we've got the bike set up, so you might want to up that seat a bit taller than me. Yeah, that looks good. Jump on and we'll see how that feels. How's that feeling?
Yeah, feels good.
Okay, warm those legs up. As you can see, we don't have a control here. It's a spin bike, so nothing to distract you. Keeping track of the time, and we're going to go up in a bit. We're going to go really hard for the next 30 seconds. Alright, go. Hard as you can. Excellent. Fabulous work. Keep going. Got 10 seconds left. Fabulous. Alright, ease off a bit. Lower that back down for you. Keep those legs spinning. And we're going to go again 10 seconds. Hi, I'm just going to briefly chat to you about my client Steph. Steph trains with me for cardio, and she is an asthmatic, which means that sometimes she has trouble breathing, and we have to really constantly monitor that. She finds that her asthma is brought on both through strenuous exercise as well as some external factors such as pollen. So there are times of the year when we absolutely keep all of our workouts indoors, and we try and avoid those triggers. In terms of exercise-induced asthma, she's on medication that she takes prior to our workout, and she makes sure that she always brings her medication with her to all our sessions. So she has a puffer, a ventilator, that if she's having trouble breathing and feels an attack coming on, then I'm able to administer that if she can't. So we've got, as part of our pre-exercise questionnaire, she's filled out an asthma management plan so that all the staff are on board and know what to do. But other than that, other than the precautions that we take prior to her exercising, her, as well as we actually have a number of clients that suffer from asthma. All of them really can get on with a normal training program, and we don't adjust the exercises too much for them unless we notice that they're struggling. Otherwise, they will go through the normal workouts with us, and it's really just a matter of managing them prior to their workout and then keeping a close eye and monitoring them with how they go. Steph will do a lot of swimming as well as coming into the studio and doing cardio circuits with me, and we found that swimming has just been a fabulous tool for her. Breathing in that moist air, that wet humid air, seems to really work for her. So I must say that we do also pick times of days to train when the air is not as dry. We get a bit of humidity going just to help her along, but otherwise we don't adjust the workout for her. We still push her hard, and we just make sure that she's not in any distress. Hi, I'm just going to briefly talk to you about my client Bob. Bob suffers from hypertension, commonly known as high blood pressure. He's on medication for that, which is doctor's monitoring, and it's my job to build a good weights, a good resistance program for him. We've had to modify what I would probably do with some of my other clients, taking into account his condition. So with high blood pressure and hypertension, what we want to do is really monitor what is increasing his blood pressure and make sure that we're not pushing him too hard. So when it comes to weights, we try and get the same benefits of weight training, but instead of going for the heaviest weights, which is going to put more stress on his body, instead we keep the weights a bit lighter and we go for higher reps. This is really achieving the same, but just taking into account his condition. We also have slightly more rest periods between sets than I might ordinarily do, and we just really monitor him as we go through the workout. The other thing I try to do is I generally try and isolate the exercises and do, for example, single arm rows as opposed to using both sides of his body at the same time. This gives his body a bit more rest. I also tend to break up the muscle groups a bit and just let particular areas rest in between. We find that helps. And we try and not do any or too much overhead weights, and just make sure we monitor that blood pressure. But otherwise, Bob's a great client. We always really enjoy our weight sessions, and it's been really great working with him. I'm just going to briefly talk to you about my client Barbara. So Barbara suffers from arthritis, but would really like to commence a weights training program and do some resistance work. So I'm going to be working through that with her. In terms of making modifications, there's not a lot of modifications that have to be made. It's more just a case management style that you need to work on. So Barbara suffers from a lot of joint pain. It can become quite swollen, and it can be very, very stiff at times. So when we're doing our resistance training, we try and schedule her workouts to start with at the time of day when she's generally feeling the best and not in so much pain. And on days where her arthritis becomes incredibly flared up, we have to rest. It's really important to balance that rest and that work. When she initially comes in, obviously I check to make sure that she's regularly seen a doctor and she's following all those orders and whatever medication is prescribed. And then we do a really nice gentle exercises and warm-ups just to get everything warmed up and get those joints warm before we get into our resistance work. And we found that this is working really well, and doing some weights and some resistance is actually helping, and it's easing her pain and it's easing the stiffness, and it's helping her even gain some mobility in her joints. So she's finding it very beneficial, and I now feel confident to work with other clients that are suffering arthritis in building a really great resistance program. Fabulous workout today. I'm sure you're feeling really warm, but it's still really important to cool down. So we're just going to start with using our hamstrings a lot. So we'll start with a good hamstring stretch. So if you just sit down, bring your foot up to your thigh there, legs flat on the ground, and then just try and reach your toes. Yep, fabulous. And then just pull that foot up to your arms if you can. Can you feel that?
Yep.
Yep. Did you enjoy the session?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, feeling good?
Yeah, feeling really good.
Oh, fabulous. Thought you did really well today. Went straight through that circuit. Okay. Next we're going to do our quads. So if you want to jump up, grab your foot, just pull it behind. And same as with our hamstring stretch, we're just going to do about 30 seconds on each side. Just swap sides. So when do you reckon you'll be able to make it back for your next session? Do you want to
I'm coming tomorrow if you want.
Oh, fabulous. Let's do that.
2 days on, 1 day off.
Yeah, that sounds really good. All right, we'll mix it up a bit tomorrow so we don't fatigue the same muscles. All right, and let's just stretch our chest, shoulders after all those bench pressing and single arm throws. Can you feel that stretch? Is that working for